I made a drone pod in Build-A-Boat for treasure. If you don't already know, flying vehicles are extremely cool to have in Build-A-Boat. This mini flying pod can literally take you anywhere throughout the Build-A-Boat map. Also, if you're new to this channel, then please subscribe. We hit our 6,000 subscriber goal fairly quickly, so let's hit 10,000 by the end of the summer. Subscribing is totally free, and you can always unsubscribe. But wait, before we go further, I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, rbxsite.com. It's one of the easiest and fastest ways to earn free Robux. I know, you may think that this is not legit, but after using this website before, I was able to get enough Robux to get the double gold pass in Build-A-Boat. There's over 400,000 members, and when you get on the website, click link account, and all you have to do is just type in your username. There'll be a whole ton of tasks for you to do, including filling out surveys, downloading apps, and much more. Check out rbxsite.com, linked in the top of the description, and start earning today. Yo, what's good guys? It's Figgy's back with another video, and as you guys can see for the intro, this is the drone pod. And again, you guys can fly around with these little propellers on this drone pod. It's actually really cool. These servos help it turn to go a certain direction. For example, if you want to turn right, you guys can just go like that. And you guys will just go to the right. You guys can also go to the left like this. Wait, let me just go to the left and boom like that. So also you guys can go up and down with this actual drone pod. This thing is actually pretty insane, just going up and down and like having this pod right here. While you're driving it, the pod itself actually also goes back and forth, like depending on the direction that you want to go. Like if you want to go forward, it goes forward. You want to go backward, it goes backward. And you guys can just turn wherever you guys want. Let's say you had a friend on green team, and then he just saw you with this, and he would be like, bro, that is so cool. And yeah, basically these wheels just act as these propellers. And I actually added a camera inside of these propellers, which is really cool. It gives it like a little like drone pod look. Anyways, let's just see the mechanics on how it actually goes up and down. So I got the drone pod right here. I'm gonna be turning transparency to 0% so you guys can actually see it. So transparency 0%. This will be on what you guys want to build today. So yeah, this is basically the whole tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build it in a few moments. So basically to go up and down, it actually uses piston mechanics, and it also uses boat motors to move around, and it also uses servos on the bottom and the actual propellers to actually give it movement and direction. Anyways, let's hop into the tutorial. First, get titanium rods. I'm going to be using 2 of them, so 1, 2, just like this. Then I'm going to be getting a plastic block like this. You guys just want to place it on top of the rod right here and scale it down. Also, make sure to have anchor block and turn your merging level onto red. Then what you guys actually want to do is scale 2 times on each side. So 1, 2 like that, and 1, 2. Now place a plastic block on the front edge and scale it in like this, and scale it up until 22 studs. By the way, studs are in the left middle right here. As you guys can see, it says 22. So if it says 22, you did it right. Now let's place our boat motors. So basically place 1 on the back right here, just like this, and place 1 right here. Now you're gonna get 2 pistons. I'm gonna place 1 in the middle like this. So let me just center it right here and place 2 of them like that. Go ahead and get your plastic block again and place a plastic block on top of the 2 pistons and scale it up until 22 studs like this other one. As you guys can see, it says 22 studs. It's a little bit higher than this block right here. So yeah. Now we're going to be using titanium in this build, so get a titanium block like this. The search 2 is really being helpful right here. I'm just going to place 1 right here like this and scale it down until it's halfway. So now we're going to be making a 10 by 10 stud square. So as you guys can see, it's a 2 by 2. So we're going to scale it out until it's 10. So I'm just going to scale it out until it's 10 wide. And as you guys can see, it's 10 wide, and it's centered because the dot is right in the center aligned to this plastic block. And now what you guys want to do is scale out 9 studs in total of 10. So as you guys can see, on the left middle, you guys should have 10, 1, and 10. Now what we're going to be doing is making a 3 by 3 square. So actually we're going to be putting our move onto 0.5. So just place a block right here and a block right here. As you guys can see, it's the whole block. So scale it up like this and scale it up like this. Now it's 2, 1, and 2, so you guys want it 3, 1, and 3, so let's do it. So just scale 1 and 1 like that, and 1 time, and 1 time like that. Now we're going to be making the back platform. This is also going to be 10 by 10, so I'm going to place 1 block right here, and scale it all the way to the wide, and that is 10 studs, and scale it back 10 studs too. So I'm going to just scale it like this, as you guys can see, 10, 1, and 10. Now what you guys want to do is actually scale this plastic block one more stud up, so then you guys get 2, 23, and 2. So now, before it was at 22 studs, now it's at 23 studs. So now what you guys actually want to do is get a servo, and we're actually going to put our move back to 1 and rotate it like so. So I'm going to rotate it, and I got it up to the position, so place it halfway right here. So as you guys can see, your servo should be tilted like this. So now get a titanium block again and place it right on the corner. Put your move back to 0.5 and place it like that. Then scale it up one time like that. Then scale it out to 10 studs and make sure the middle is right at the center. So I'm actually scale it out like this, and as you guys can see, I got 10 studs and it's in the middle. The middle dot is at the middle. Now just place another titanium block on the sides like this, and then scale it in like that. Scale it in like that, and then just scale it up until it's 5 studs. There we go, 5 studs, and we're gonna scale this one to 5 studs. Now we're gonna get a servo again, and we're gonna face the outer part like this. So we're just gonna place one right here, and we're gonna rotate it back to the other way like this. So the gray part should be on the outside, the inner lighter gray should be on the inside. Now put your move back onto 1, and we're just gonna put it like that. Now just get a wheel and place it in the center right here. As you guys can see, we're placing in the center. Now just get a camera and place the camera in the middle of the wheel, just like this, and we're just gonna place it like that. Now we're gonna get titanium rods like this, and will actually act as our propellers. So just place a titanium rod on each of the sides, one right here, one right here. Make sure it's not on the camera, and we're just gonna place it right here, and one right here. And now we're just gonna do the same for this side, so one right here, one right here. Let's rotate it, and we're just gonna place it right here and right here. Now what you guys want to do is get your titanium block again. We're gonna start on the body of the actual hover pod, so let's get it right here. So let's place it right here and scale it until 10 studs. So let's go 10 studs like this. We need it in the center, and the dot is right in the center. And now what you guys want to do is scale it 6 studs wide. So let's scale it like this, and I'm gonna scale it until right here, and 5 and 6 right here. Okay, so now we got 6 studs wide and 10 studs long. Now we're gonna actually get glass, and we're actually gonna make a window. So let's put our rotate onto 45 degrees and tilt it one time up like that. Then just scale it down like this, and scale it all the way in like that. Then scale it all the way out like this, and then scale it up until 7 studs. So right here is 7 studs, so you should be 6, 1, and 7. Now let's just make the wall. So basically I'm gonna place one titanium block right here and scale it one time in. Then I'm gonna scale it like this and scale it up like this. So you guys should have something like that. And now I'm actually scale it one time in like that. So we have this so far, so 1, 5, and 5. So I'm gonna do the same for the other side. So scale it in one time, scale it out until it's 5 studs, and then scale it up until it's 5 studs. Now we're just gonna fill in the roof. So go ahead and put your move onto 0.5 and place a block right here. Then go ahead and scale this titanium block down, and then scale it down again and scale it like this. Then scale it all the way wide and all the way to the bottom like that. Now let's make the back side. There is a little gap right there, but it's fine. We're gonna fill up the back side. So just scale it in and just fill out this little tiny space like this, and scale it all the way to the top like that. So now we're just gonna give it a little tiny shape, because right now it looks a little plain. So we're just gonna place a titanium block in the center right here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna place one in the center right there, one right there, and one right over here, just like that. Now put your scale into 0.5. So I'm gonna scale it into 0.5 and scale each one in like this. So I'm gonna scale each one in like that. Then put your scale back to 1 and just scale each one until like this. So I'm just gonna scale each one like this. So it should give a little tiny shape. Make sure there's a little gap on the bottom. So I'm just gonna do a little gap on each side. So let's go. And we're just gonna scale it like this and scale it. And we're just gonna do the same for this other side. We're gonna scale it, we're gonna scale it, and we're gonna finish it off right here. Okay, we gave it some more shape, so now we're basically done with all this. So now what you guys actually want to do is get a car seat. I'm going to put my move back to 1. I don't want to mess anything up. And I'll put my rotate back to 90. So just place a car seat in the distance and it should connect to everything. As you guys can see, it connected to everything. Now what you guys want to do is place a car seat in here. As you guys can see, it is connected to this servo. So what you guys want to do is disconnect it by clicking on it with the wrench tool and clicking on the seat. So I'm going to click it. Did I click it? Yep, I clicked it. So now it's unbinded. Now delete this seat right here, which is connected to everything. And as you guys can see, nothing is connecting to nothing. So first we're going to bind these pistons to the seat. So I'm going to click these 2 pistons right here and click on the seat. Let's click on it. And for pull, I'm going to put Q. And then for push, I'm going to put E. Now I'm going to bind these motors. So I'm going to click both of them. And I'm going to click on the seat right here. Backward, I'm going to put S. This is basically just WASD. Right, I'm going to put D. Left, I'm going to put A. And forward, I'm going to put W. Next, we're going to bind the wheels. So click on each wheel and click on the car seat like this. I'm going to click on it. Forward, I'm going to put W. And then backwards, I'm going to put S. So let's just put S. Now the last part is the servo. So basically just click on this and click on this one. So left, I'm going to put W. And right, I'm going to put S. Like that. So that was that one servo. Now we're going to do these 2 servos and put it on. Let's go. So we're just going to click on it. Left will be D and right will be A. Now the last part is to actually use your screwdriver. So we're done with all the bindings. So now go ahead and select all with your screwdriver tool and put the servo angle to 20 degrees. Put your servo torque to orange. As you guys can see, I moved it 1 before it was on red. And then select this one servo, this bottom servo right here, and turn on reverse rotation. Then just select all again and deselect these platforms by holding shift. So just hold shift and then click on them. And click on them like that. And then click on these little 2 ones. So one right here and the other one right here. And then click on the collision thing 2 times. So just click it. And as you guys can see, I turned collision off. Make sure there's nothing checked in there. And there we go. The only thing that should have collision is that thing. And then what you guys actually want to do is select all the stuff and turn it invisible. So basically I'm going to select all this. Basically I'm just going to select all these parts that I want invisible. So I'm going to select all this and select this and select this and select all this and this. And I'm going to turn transparency to 100%. I'm actually going to select these things too. So then you guys don't see it underground. And I'm going to put transparency to 100%. Actually did it on 0. Let me do 100. Okay, now all you have to do is just delete these 2 rods. Okay, and now you're basically set for the tutorial. So go ahead and save. So I'm gonna just save this mini pod right here. So now to set it up to actually use it, now that you have it saved, is select all and unanchor with the screwdriver tool. And then just go ahead and sit in your chair. And as you guys can see, it's a working drone pod. You guys can just use WASD controls. Don't worry about Naser over here. And yeah, so basically to go up, it's E. To go down, it's Q. And as you guys can see, you guys can just fly around like this. And it's really cool. So you guys can just go to any person's plot. And yeah, so basically you guys can have fun with this drone pod that I made. So if you followed the whole tutorial, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see everyone later. Peace.